Are you looking for the best React Native course available on the online? So you don't have to look further. This is the best React Native course available on the planet right now. My name is Avinash. With over 300 days of experience in teaching, you don't have to look back. I'm going to be your instructor in this course. So you have nice experience during this journey because I'm going to make the tough concepts easy for you. So what are you waiting for? Enroll now. You will feel amazing during this journey. To get started, click the link below and start watching this course. By the way, one thing to discuss. This course is completely free and hosted in youtube.com. So go ahead and watch it. In this video we are learning about React Native. I think you actually know what we are doing. So this is called export.dev. This is a website you should open up. If you are lazy, so I provide the link in the description, so don't worry about typing this. Okay, I think this is really less words, but if you want, I'll provide link in the description, so you can run it everywhere. Make any type of app in anywhere. It might be in a mobile device, it might be in the computer, laptop, Mac, Windows, anywhere you can use that. Okay, build one project that runs natively. Natively means in anywhere, like mobile, computer, desktop, and anywhere. Okay, like the giant 4,400k plus developers, including from Spotify, Shapeshift, Spikeball, Tritnet. I don't want to speak out. So these are the things that are actually using by these developers. Try out. You can actually get started by changing the code below. You can actually change your code. For example, I actually want to change this, and I'll go into this web section. I'll see here what is going on here. So it's gonna happen a little fastly. So I'll actually go ahead and then give something called, see, you can actually see this, try adding me, right? So I'll actually change this out to Avinash here. So let me actually save it up and actually capitalize this because it's really sad thing to me. So you can actually see that, right? So this is what it looks like Expo is really awesome. I actually click on that. So I go into this expo.dev and I can actually click on the login to actually do that. I'm actually login. I actually didn't want to show my password. I actually done with it login, and I can actually do that. And it says my password is wrong. So let me do something quickly and come back. Done with the sign up. So I'm actually able to see welcome screen here. So can I actually make it bigger so that you are able to see, right? So thank you for my god, because I'm actually able to full screen it. Okay, and get set up and create a project less than a minute. Okay, let's actually go into get started. So do what I'm doing right now and start a URL friendly name for your website, unique across your device. Okay, I actually give a nice name to it. Okay, like for example, my React Native app 1. So I'm actually giving this my React Native app 1, and what it should display name to all others. So I want to give it like to-do list. I want to give it like to-do slash, sorry, we are building to-do list app, right? So we actually give like that, to-do list app, to-do list slash app. Okay, I want to show it like that to the users. So my suggestion is go to with this name because it's really readable to all of the people. So that's why I'm creating like that. Okay, and if you wanted to do that, npm, if you wanted to start your journey, you can actually sign up by doing this. Okay, you can actually create new project doing on a command line, npm install slash globally expose CLI on your command line. If you copy this and you do that, you actually go into this command line. So if you actually do that on npm install globally CLI, if you enter this, it says npm not found because I'm not install node.js. I want to install node.js. Okay, it's not there. I'll actually go into this quick section. Okay, I don't want to do that now because it's actually start developing your project. You just created a project in Expo server. Now it's time to link your project into your local system, but I don't want to do it locally. So I want to go into this. Online section. So I'm able to. Okay, let me do something quickly. Tools and services. Okay, let me actually open up online code editor. Actually search for online. Okay, I'm actually forgotten what's the name of my editor. Online code editor for React Native or React Native Expo. I'll type like that. See, it's gonna snag.expo.u. This is the one we actually need to use. Okay, this is actually expose one. When you do that, actually this is a default one given by our browser. See here, you see, right? These are all the code default code provided by us, but I don't want this. I'll actually delete something from it. I'll explain what is going on. After then I'll actually delete something here. Let me actually go ahead and close all of the files. First, here you see app.js, right? This is the where you write all of those things. Whatever you write, it will be reflected to this place. Okay, it will be reflected to this place. First, in the asset section, you were able to see this snag.png, right? This is what you're seeing, right? We're importing, sorry, let me actually, we are actually importing this to the app.js. So you actually see that, right? We're actually importing to the app.js. Yeah, I'm actually able to see that. I'll show it to you. I'll actually go into this image section. I think it's inside of this component asset.js. So see, here we are actually importing this one, right? So that you're actually able to see, and we actually have this text called local files and assets can be imported by dragging and dropping them into the editor. See, you actually see that, right? This is what it looks like, right? And these other things, okay, but this is not pretty much required. If I delete this up, and you see some errors is coming up because it's actually giving some lot of errors. Why? Let me show it. It says, well, do you know you can turn off automatically updates under the devices in the footer? So what are you doing, Avinash? I'm actually not able to get this code. Where is this code actually? Where is the asset example? If I delete this up, you don't get any errors now. Let me do that and let me actually see. There are no errors because it's actually expecting that thing, right? So let me actually delete this up. If you don't understand anything, I don't have to worry, and I'll delete up to this one, delete up to here, so that you don't have to worry about anything. Okay, and even delete this one, and even deleting this one actually. So this is familiar to you, right? While learning React Native, you think you're actually familiar with the import statement, right? Now we will import some of those things from the React Native. That's what we are doing, right? React slash native. Okay, native. We are importing some of those things from the React Native. We will do it what we are actually importing. Okay, so now we have to create a function, right? We have to create a function that named app. You can actually create any type of function. In that you can write whatever you want. Okay, I want to export this function so that I can actually render it, right? So I want to export it default. Okay, I want to export it default. I want to export it defaultly so that you are actually able to see by, right? This export default I want to do. So this is what it looks like, right? I want to export it defaultly so that I actually return something, return something, right? I'm actually able to return something, right? Now I'm actually need to give some text here. I want to write some text so that I'm actually able to write here text here. So now I'll do something here. See, you are able to see that, right? Okay, you're able to see what I'm doing right now. Okay, don't worry, we'll actually give text here. So we'll actually give text. So we're giving some of the errors, so don't worry, we'll actually fix that soon. Text here, we also give text here also, text. So we'll actually write here hello world. So see, let's see, let you actually able to see that hello world right here, right? This is the first thing we have did with that. Okay, and now we are done. Almost we are done, right? Almost we are done with that. Okay, almost we are done. Snack expo, I've opened up another time, so you don't have to worry. I'll actually keep this up like that itself. So now it's your turn. Now it's your turn to build an app so that you have to delete all of those things. You should print just hello world into my space. So I'll actually delete this component first of all. I'll actually delete this component. See, I'm actually deleting this. So how to do that? And now how to delete this? I have to find out where the error is going on, where the error is coming on. You have to delete all of those things, and you have to print hello world in your screen. That's your task number one. I think you have to do it. So go ahead, do that now. Now I'll actually open up in the new page and actually click on React Native.dev. You actually use this website help so that you'll actually feel really comfortable. React Native, learn once, right anyway. This is the official documentation of React Native, so you can use it to build apps. Okay, and here you click on the guide, so you can actually able to see the guide, right? It's the introduction page where you'll able to see the how to use the docs, because prerequisites, what are the prerequisites you should have to learn React Native, like to work with the React Native. Understanding of Java fundamentals, we actually have it, because right, you are new to JavaScript or need a refresher, you can go ahead and dive into this. Okay, I'm actually giving this links in the description, so you can actually click on this and you can refresh the JavaScript. Okay, so that's pretty much. And the interactive examples, this will let you introduction immediately into your browser. Interactive examples like this one. Okay, so if you want to print hello world, see, just we have to change this text to hello world, right? We're actually done with it, and you don't have to worry about this view and this view. Just worry about this text. If you actually think about it, you don't have this one. See, you don't have this one. Don't worry, we'll actually, this is a styling one, we'll actually do that. And we actually don't know what I mean by view. We'll delete this. I think up to here you know everything, right? Up to here you know everything, right? Up to here you know. And here it is using arrow functions instead of functions, so it's actually using arrow functions. You can use anything, and it's, you actually I think you are worried about what is going on, because it's actually export default is not here. They are given export default here. They are given export default here. You can do that, and also you can do this one. Okay, there are no questions asked, and you can do it there. Let me actually cut this down. Let me actually is equals to, so let me actually put your app here, and you can do that here. You can do it here, export default your app, and it's expected app.js token, unexpected token. So it's actually nothing happened, it's actually going on, but it's giving error because of some reasons, but we don't have to worry about it for now. Okay, so this is how we can actually practice your coding, like right here itself, by using this documentation. But Avinash, is there documentation this much clearly? But why you are teaching me? Because this is what it looks like. There should be a guide to actually move on, how to move on, right? There should be a guide that shows the road path, so you can actually move through this roadmap. If you actually feel any stuck, you can actually ask me questions, so that you can do that. If you don't have any guide, you will actually go into this so much trouble, so you feel really sad during your journey. So don't worry, I'll actually have a nice guide through this journey. This above is a snack player. This is a snack player which you actually visited it, but it's actually inserted inside of this React Native, right? You can actually insert in any type of browser. If you wanted to insert in your browser, you can do that. I'll show you how you can actually do that. Okay, you can actually click on the my device. This use actually, I'll show it to you what you can actually do it in your local device also. I'll actually, okay, let me actually go into this back section. So let's actually see functional components and class components. Difference between functional and class components. That's what the class components look like. That was the functional components. Just nothing changes in this React Native. It's just like what's in React. It's just in React Native. Okay. If you actually see this, you actually understand what is going on here. I'm actually printing the hello world. That's it. If you wanted to go ahead and do that, and next we'll move into this core components and introduction to do that. Okay, and now we'll actually move into it. View. We actually view group, UI view, a div. It's like in HTML I actually thought about div, right? Same here, view. In this React Native, view is also called as div in HTML. This is on HTML, this is on the React Native. Okay, this is on Android. If you actually have an Android, and if you actually have the Android knowledge, you can see this view group is actually equally functional to the view. Actually, iOS view, it's a UI view, it's equally functional to the view in React Native. Okay, a non-scrolling, this is a div, it's equally functional to the view. Okay, a container that supports layout with flexbox style, some touch handling, accessibility controls. If you actually have a knowledge of knowledge of HTML, you can actually understand what do you mean by view. Actually, view is actually equal to the div. That's it. And the text like p tag in HTML. Okay, image tag just like img tag in your HTML. Just scroll you, it's just like a div in your HTML with scrollable functionality, right? And the text input, it's just like an input that takes text in your HTML. That's it. I'm actually giving you this, and we'll build this app right now. Some more text, and if you actually type in like Avinash here, okay, if you actually enter it, if you actually enter this up, so if I actually go ahead and then I have Avinash here, so let me actually type Avinash. Okay, Avinash here, enter it. That's it. That's, you cannot do anything. It's actually giving something. It's actually giving a text, some text. It's actually giving a text, some more text. It's actually giving an image. This image is actually going on. It's a view. It's a close-up view, and it's actually giving a text input. That's it. And we are actually exporting the app. That's it. I think I'm actually done with it. Okay, and you can actually go into this React fundamentals. So you can actually components, JSX, props. Okay, state, which we will learn together. Import React from React, we're actually importing the React from the React. We can actually import the text from the React. We're actually importing the text, right? We're actually returning text. Hello, I'm your cat. That's it, right? This is not that much simple, that much reactive. Okay. First, we're actually importing the React, and then we're actually going and importing the text from the React native. That's it. And now we're actually giving a function, and now we have a const called cat. We're actually returning the text. So we are actually returning this text. That's it. And we are actually exporting this cat. That's it. We are actually exporting default this cat. That's it. We are doing right now. We are actually moving to the JSX. JSX is like a combination of HTML plus JavaScript, like JavaScript crossbreed of HTML. That's it. It's an included JavaScript in HTML. That is called JSX. So you don't have to worry much about it. Okay, it's really easy. And next we actually have this import statement. We are actually importing the text, and we are actually having those props here. These are called pops. What we are actually having is, so we actually end up, we are actually returning the first name plus space plus second name plus third name. Uh, where is this actually prop so calling again? And we're actually calling the get full name Ram Tum Tunga. We're actually, hi, I am Ram Tum Tunga. Okay, actually, and give any type of name. For example, go ahead and give here hello, hello, Avinash, Avinash Gupta. Hello, Avinash Gupta, for example. And if I actually see that, hello, I am Avinash. Hello, I am Avinash Gupta. This is it's a bully bullshit. Okay, I don't want to do that, because if I actually delete this up, and if you see what it's gonna happen, if I actually say this out, hello, I am Avinash Gupta. Undefined. What is undefined? Because third name is undefined. It's just undefined. If I actually give it something like this, it's equal to Avinash. Actually, if you actually give it like that, if I actually go ahead and give it like Avinash, it's actually defaultization. For example, if you don't give it, it automatically take this Avinash here, right? It's automatically taking Avinash indeed. Okay, yeah, I think you actually understand a little bit. And now it's time we actually enter into this. Hello, welcome, I'm also a cat, I'm also a cat, I'm also a cat. This is called something called, this is multiple items by repeating at one single code. We're actually const, we are actually creating this cat. You can use this cat multiple times like this, so that it automatically calls this function, all the things, it actually copies it up, and the place of this cat it actually puts like that. See how easy it is to actually maintain the code. We actually know it, right? This is what is happening in the React Native. That's why this stability is really more in the React Native. That's why we actually, so many people use the React Native. So it automatically will repeat, repeat, repeat. That's it. Okay, and next we have props. We'll actually go into this right now, and you can actually give some some suggestions here, some variables here, so you can actually use that. And now we are actually giving hello, I am props dot, this is the props, we are entering into the props. In that we need a name, props dot name. Okay, we are giving the props a variable called name, and we are actually giving cat name is equals to Maru Angelium spot, like that. I can actually do that. Okay, that's really easy. And now we are pretty much done with it, and we're actually done with the state. Now it's time to go into the state section. And now we'll actually do all of those things. You actually see that, right? If you click on it, it automatically changes. How it's gonna happen? We're actually const is hungry, set it is hungry is equals to true. Okay, so default is true. And now view text, and I'm props dot name. I'm hungry. Hungry is to full. This is a arrow function that is actually for self statement. So we're pretty much done with the basics. Actually, go ahead and read this documentation like that, and come back. Now we will move into this section, and we'll write down some code here. I think you're actually done with your project, right? If you're not, we'll do that from scratch. Like that, we'll delete this. We'll actually delete this. It's called styling. We don't want to do that. And we actually delete this up. So don't worry, we actually delete this up to here, we delete it, and we automatically going to delete this one. That's it we require. That's not much is actually required here. So we're actually done with it. Okay, what errors we are giving it? Actually giving a small error, unexpected token app.js, did you know, turn off automatic devices on token. We actually not think we actually printed. It's actually saying we actually Avinash should not enter anything, so that's why it's giving an error. So you should enter something, right? That's what it shows. Okay, now we have to render some of those things. I want to import some of those things. We actually learned it, right? Some of those things from the React Native. We are actually importing some of those things from the React/native. So that's what it shows. And inside of here, if I actually I want to import the text here, text, so we actually put text here, text, so no worries, we'll do that right now, text, so here we actually put HELLOWORLD, okay, so there you go, control command space, so to actually go ahead and do that, there you go, go to give some nice style hello world. That's actually giving, right? That's what we are actually giving, right? So let's actually add a button, right? Let's actually add a button. Now I'm actually giving a nice overview of what we can do with it. Okay, button. Now we'll add a button here, button that has a little, so that has a little like this, PUTTON, there you go. And let me add some of those things so you don't have to worry about anything. Button, there you go. I'm done with it. Now inside of it I can actually add some text, so it's giving some error. Actually, are you able to understand what is going on here? Because it's just like a React. Every function has only one and only JSX element. You actually do actually wrap it up with like that. It's actually giving me suggestion that you actually why don't you, Avinash, you actually wrap it up like this. You actually wrap it up like this. That's gonna give you any error. That's not gonna give you any error, Avinash. That's why I have to wrap it up, right? Why don't you do that, Avinash? It's actually giving me a suggestion, right? This is how it looks like. This is how my actually app looks like. Okay, it's giving some error because I'm doing it like that. Okay, I can give space. So that's it here. And the button, let's actually give some title, right? We actually need to give some title, right? Title is equals to, I want to give, right, click here, click here. So let me actually see what is going on. Actually, it can actually click this, right? That's what it looks like. And now let's actually change something. If I actually click here, it should change the value. Let's actually import useState. Okay, now let's actually import something called useState here, from something called here itself. Let's actually import okay, I'm not going to do like that. I'm actually going to this section. I'm actually give a const here. Let's actually have some nice like count here. Let's actually have nice count here. Next you actually have set count here, there you go. I'm actually setting some count here, so let me actually give a nice like this. And now let me actually explain what is going on. Use state. I'm actually using the state. That's it. It doesn't happen anything. Let me actually explain what is going on. And now I'll actually add a variable here called count. Let me actually add a variable called count. Variable couldn't find variable count. What Avinash, what are you doing? It's actually finds for the count, but there is no variable called count. How it actually gonna find out? Now let me actually see what is going on actually right now. Okay. Now let's just go into this another function outside of the function. It's actually going ahead and doing the something like that. Let me actually cut this up and I actually put outside of the function. See, and if I save this up, save your snack, I'll actually go ahead and do that. I'll actually I'm not able to see what is going on. It's actually find use state, variable use state, cannot find variable use state because it's actually happening because of some reasons. I don't know what is going on. We'll actually go ahead and then grab this up and we'll actually have use state here. Okay, we actually have use state here. Use state here. That's what. Okay, let's actually import it from React. That's what it shows. So it gives some error for me. Let's actually control G it because we are actually giving some of those things, some of errors. Because let's actually go into this section and we're actually going to this and we'll delete this and we'll actually import a use state here. Use. Okay, let me actually use state. Let me do that. And now it's done. It's actually done with it. Okay. Now if I use it, if I actually const, it's actually not giving me anything, but I do that. I'll actually add this up. It's giving some errors. Why I don't know, but it's actually giving me error. I don't know why it's giving. I don't know what is going on, but I'll do that. Every programmer makes mistakes, but a programmer who actually solves the mistakes is a real programmer. I'll show you how you can actually solve this problem, a little hooky problem. That doesn't mean that really takes some time, but let's actually do it. Okay, if you save this up, I cannot find a variable called count, but why it's going on, I'm not able to see that. So let's actually do something quickly so we're able to understand what is going on here. Let me actually do that quickly right now. Let me actually able to let you actually able to do that. And let's open up the documentation. It's actually nothing is happening right now. Let's open up the documentation. React Native, React Native.dev, React Native. Here use use state. Use state. Let's actually click on this, and using the state hook, we actually open up this page. We are giving an error. Why it's actually giving error, I'm not able to see. So let's actually copy this up, and let's actually see that what's going on. I'm doing the same thing, but it's giving me error. Why, Avinash? It's actually giving me error. I'm actually finding it out. Okay, because we are actually putting inside of this function. So if we actually put like that, and if we actually copy this up right now, oh, I'll actually control Z it, and I will copy it and actually paste it up. So if I actually click on the count here, it's gonna give me a 0 here, right? I think you are able to see that, right? If not, I'll zoom in. Okay, now I'll do something, and if on click, there is something called prop called on press is equals to happening something. On press is equals, it's gonna happen something. Let's actually see what is going on. Let's actually, you can actually able to see that. We're actually able to see that on press. Let's actually use okay, let me actually open up the documentation section. You can actually open this on press. I'm actually giving you, I'm not doing mistake by myself. I'm doing mistake for sake of your understanding. Oh, you can actually refer documentation of React Native, so that in next time you don't have to make that handling touches in React Native. See, on press, you're able to see that, right? You're actually giving something like that. So you have to do like that, right? See, it's actually giving like that. So I'll copy this something. It's, if I actually get an error like that, I'll copy this what is going on. I'll copy the what is going on. I'll actually this copy it. I'll just paste up here. See, I'm actually doing it right now. What I'm doing, you're able to see, right? I did a mistake. Why it's happening, I don't know. But in this place, in this function, I don't want to. And now I will able to see. This is on press. It's actually having this prop inside of it. I have to give what is going on. See, I'm able to understand what is going on. Okay, I'm able to understand what is going on. Now I'll actually have on press is equals to, this course is not completed. That's why I'm actually giving you beginner friendly with the documentation, so that you are able to understand it everything quickly, and as soon as possible you are able to make applications soon with the help of this documentation. So you don't have to worry about any place, any time. Okay, and now on press, I wanted to set a count. I want to do that, and count plus 1, count a plus a 1. See that, it's really easy, right? If I actually click on it, it automatically gonna change this count. I'm thinking you're not able to see that, but I'm actually able to see that, right? Click here, click here. See, I'm able to see that, right? Click on it, it's automatically gonna do that. And now I'll actually add another button, and I want to change this title to add. I want to change this title to add, right? If I click on it and I'll change it to add, and I'm able to see that. See, this is happening, and I'll copy this button. I'll copy this. I'll actually copy this up, and I'll actually add into another one, so that this button is minus. Okay, this is minus. This is a minus, and what is gonna happen? Count minus 1. Count minus 1. If I actually do that now, if I actually click on the minus, it's automatically gonna add up. Okay, click on minus, it's automatically gonna do that, right? And now click on the reset. I want to implement a function called reset also. So it's giving a little bit error for me. So let's actually in the next page, I'll do that. And now it's time we actually add a reset. And this, I want to set the count to 0. So I want to set that count to 0. See, I'm actually able to reset it. If I actually minus it up, reset it, automatically gonna send into the 0. This is the application that we are building right now. If you add it, it's gonna go like that. Minus it, it's gonna do like that. And if you actually reset it, it's gonna happen. Add it, you can do that. You can minus it, you can do that. Let me actually a little bit. I'll go into this Android section. Tap to play. I'm going to this tap to play section. It's gonna happen. Wait a second. Okay. Use an app.geo. Okay, it doesn't happening anything. Okay, let me cancel this up. I actually do it in the web itself. So don't worry. I'll actually open up with a new page. So don't worry. This is what we are actually having right now. So I'll actually zoom in a little bit so that you are able to see. So my website is loading slowly because my internet is gone. See, it's happening. I'll zoom in a little bit so that you are able to see that thing, right? I think you are able to see right now, right? Add it, it's done. Minus it, it's done. we reset it, it's done. So that's the project number one we actually built. And I'm actually, if you know this, if you have a nice CSS knowledge, you can actually made it into amazing app. Like actually having this nice padding, nice border, nice size, nice things, animation, this skipping into the middle side, and if you actually add it, it's gonna add it like it's having nice animation. I want to make you re-enter so that if you actually have any knowledge on CSS, you can actually do that. And this is the project number one we actually did with it, and the project number two is coming up tomorrow. So don't worry, pumped up. See you soon in the tomorrow section. Bye bye. See you soon.